Hey folks, this is Writing Ninja, and I just wanted to do a brief video on the subject of let's call it publishing, traditional versus online publishing. And I thought I would just give you my brief commentary on this. Now, you're going to know people who are going to take sides on this issue. They're going to say, well, I can just publish my books myself and put them on YouTube, not YouTube, on Amazon, and Draft2Digital and Smashwords, and get them out there, and I can do well, and I don't need these legacy media traditional publisher types. I don't need the middleman. I don't need any of those people. And technically, you're correct. They would be correct. My take on it, or conversely, on the other side, is like, well, you're not real. It's not real. It's not a real book. You're not in libraries, or it'd be awfully hard to get in libraries in general if you don't go the traditional route. And it's, well, who are you? Are you on the New York Times bestseller list? What awards have you won? And who's your distributor? Who edits your books and whatnot like that? That's very much a we call it more the ego thing. There are people that make quite a bit of money at that. The authors that you're familiar with, you walk into a bookstore and, you got your favorite author, and you go to the shelf and there's their new book, and you pick it up, and, you're off to the races. That side of the argument is also extremely valid. But I don't see any reason to take any sides. If you're prolific enough, if you can put out enough material, I'm talking books. I mean, write a lot of books. If you can do that, there's no reason. If you're going to do the legacy media, the traditional media, the top 5 in New York or what have you, you're not going to be able to sneak past them more than 2 books a year anyway. And if you can't write at least 4 or 5 books a year, what's the point of being a writer? I mean, I guess my standards are I'm not saying that they're the highest, but production is my watchword. If you're not producing a book, then you're not being a writer. Now, there are people that say, oh, well, I've been working on this book for 15 years. Oh, that's great. It's, power to you. I hope that you come out with that great classic work that's just going to take the world by storm. But you're not being a writer. You're being I want to be a writer. That's what you're being there. So get the book out. Get it done. Get it out there. However you do it, whichever way you go. I don't want to make this a long video. I'm going to actually try and keep my videos within about 10 or 15 minutes, because I found out in that first video that this fancy Dan camera here cuts me off at about 20 minutes. Isn't that interesting? So there we go. I'll keep it short as I can. So my take on it is why would you want to limit yourself to only one market? Why your potential customer, your potential reader, is everyone out there, everyone who can read. Why limit yourself to one market or the other? Why not do both? Well, yeah, if you're going to go the traditional route, you're going to have to, assign the rights for that one book to that particular publisher for a period of time. And I do suggest if you go that route, get a very good agent, or at least a good lawyer to look over your contracts. That kind of goes without saying. There are a lot of rights there that you don't want to give away. I mean, people just sign. They commit the act of contract like it's nothing, without go, oh yeah, whatever you want, I'll just sign anything. Okay, great, okay. So when it comes down to it, and someone says, hey, we bought the film rights to your book, and you go, well, what do you mean? Huh? Well, we bought your film rights, and so we're gonna make a film of. Hey Joe, let me call you back. I'm making a video, okay? I'll call you right back. So, those rights are there, and they can be easily, snatched away from you if you just sign. If it's not in the contract, a lot of times it conveys. So that's another thing. You don't want to limit yourself to just one market or the other. Produce enough to cover both, and take over the world with it. That's what you should do. That's my take on it. Now, this last year I've been busy with other things. This last year I think I only produced 4 or 5 books, which for me is abysmal. I think in 2015 I think I did 6 or 7. So gosh, that's horrible. For me, I don't know what's wrong with me. No, it's just I've been busy. But you should definitely get a lot of material out there. It's not true that you're in danger of flooding the market. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm nowhere near in danger of flooding the market. And I have, for instance, The Last Call, the first book in the Bill Travis Mystery Series. I put that one up for free on Amazon. It's as an ebook. It's free, and I've had over 2 million downloads worldwide. I mean, it's been going and going. I stopped counting. 2 million downloads. And my sales for that book since 2011, is it 2011, 2011 when it came out, have inched upward to around 20 to 25% sales of other books based upon those downloads. So you figure, what's 25% of a couple of 100,000, a couple of million. That's a lot of cotton picking books. Was it 50,000? No, not 50,000. Half a million books sold. So, Lord knows how many readers there are out there. You're not in any danger of flooding the market, until you get up Stephen King, Dean Koontz territory, and even those guys, they just don't stop for anything. They just put it out there. And if you're going to do this, you should really buckle down. You should really get after it and do it, and get the word out there. There's no reason in the world, unless you're just playing tiddlywinks, patty cake, or what have you. If you're going to be something, if you're going to be a professional, be it. Do it. Don't skimp on anything. Set your bar high. Set it the highest ever, and really go after it. And there's an old Indian saying, it's better to shoot your arrow at the moon and strike an eagle than it is to shoot it at an eagle and strike a rock. So, there's a little quaint little sayings. Sometimes stand in good stead. So what you want to do is you just want to get something out there, produce production. Sit at the keyboard and write. And who cares whether you look at it and say, oh, well, this is all blather, and I don't know what this is. Just write, man. Just do it and get it out there. I'll go have future videos where we'll talk about things like cover design and some of the other things that go into this. There's so many factors involved with publishing and writing, but once you just get in the habit of producing, then look out. You've got it. And so, anyway, I guess that's about it here. And let me know what you think of the video. If you would, leave a comment. Give me a like if you like it. If you don't. But I'm looking forward to doing more of these videos. I hope they're helpful. It doesn't take me, but a few minutes to crank one out. It looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward process here. And I have a lot to say on the subject. I could probably talk for hours, days, months, or whatever. So we'll see how well I do. Coming up this coming March, I will be in Ecuador. I'll be the speaker, the keynote speaker for the 2017 International Writers Conference in Ecuador. And so I've got to get down and get my passport renewed and all that stuff here pretty quick. But between now and then, we'll see how many videos we can crank out and see if they're helpful to you. Let me know, okay? All right, I guess that's it. We'll see you soon. This is Writing Ninja signing off.